How to stay motivated during isolation. Here it is. This is what you've requested. A number of questions from people asking me, like how they can stay motivated, what they need to do, why they're feeling unmotivated. My question to you is, what is it right now that you're feeling unmotivated about? What are you doing to not help get motivated whilst you're in isolation? I understand people are limited on what they can do, but here are my top 10 tips to stay motivated during isolation. Let's go. So number one is brain dump. You're probably thinking like, what does that even mean? That sounds a bit weird. What it basically means is if you can write down everything you need to do and then everything you want to do, super important, need and want. The reason why I say the want part is because if you're doing what you want to do, you're more motivated and more inclined to do it rather than the stuff you need to do. Yeah, we need to take out the bins. Yeah, we need to do the washing. Yeah, we need to cook the food, etc., etc. But the things you want to do, you'll be more inclined to get motivated and that'll have a ripple effect. So that's number one, is brain dump. Number two is celebrate the little wins. I had numerous conversations with people in the past. There's little wins you have along your journey. If you don't celebrate them, they're just going to be put to one side. But if you do celebrate them, that little bit of motivation, that little boost of what you need to get through your days, especially whilst in isolation. So yeah, definitely celebrate the little wins. Pop a glass of Prosecco or a beer, whatever it might be that works for you, but definitely celebrate the little wins. Number three is exercise. This was actually on my anxiety video, my top 10 tips for anxiety. It goes hand in hand, like absolutely. Exercise is so important. I even messaged one of my friends this morning. They did a run and I was just like, well done, like how do you feel? They were like, oh my god, I'm buzzing, like I feel so good. And it was only a 20-25 minute run. It's all you need. To that little bit of exercise can get you out. First, get you out the house, and secondly, just give you that motivation, give you that boost that you need to get through your day, one day at a time. Number four, and I think everyone needs this now and again, even though you're in isolation, even though you're in lockdown and you're watching this, or even if you're not, is to have time out. To have that time out just to relax. Take that day, take that evening, take that afternoon, take that morning, just relax. Don't force it. There was a book I was reading the other day by Mark Manson, and it was about if you're unmotivated to do something and you're trying to force it with factual information as to why you should do it, it actually makes you more demotivated. Just remember that. Take time out if you need it. Like, it's absolutely fine, it's okay, it's a good time to do it whilst we're obviously in isolation, lockdown or quarantine, whatever it might be. Number five is to clean your home, clean your bathroom, just go for a deep clean, hoovering, wiping down surfaces, especially whilst you're in lockdown. Just once you've done that and had that sense of satisfaction that you've done it, it just gives you that little bit of motivation to carry on, make a list, go back to point one, do the brain dump. There's so many different things you can do, but just to be able to clean, and everyone can clean, everyone has to clean during their time, yeah, absolutely, just do a little bit of cleaning. It also gives you a clearer mind to be more productive and do more things to get you more motivated. Number six is make an appointment to self-care. What do I mean by that? Make an appointment, literally put it in your diary, calendar, whatever you do, wherever your organisation is, put it in your phone as a reminder. At 5 o'clock I'm going to take a bath. But make the appointment, that's the main thing. Everyone can self-care, everyone can do these things that they want to do. Go out and read that audiobook for half an hour, sit in the garden if you've got the garden, but make the appointment to do that. Set the reminders so you know psychologically you're in game to achieve that appointment and to do that appointment with yourself. Number seven, lucky number seven, reflection. Super powerful. So I'll give you a little story. So when I was a bit of a lull with my own business and my own goals and what was going on, I wasn't achieving them or whatever it might be, I said to myself, why am I doing this? And luckily I've always been on the bandwagon of documenting my journey, and I went back onto my YouTube channel, just have a look, it's Ignite Your Mind. It literally went back to my very first video, my journey to become a coach. It was about an hour and a half I watched my own self, my own videos, and it gave me the whole perspective of like, why am I doing this? Oh my god, like this is why. And all of a sudden it propelled me to be like, okay, fine, like this is amazing, this is exactly why I'm doing it. Because sometimes when you're doing something over a long period of time, you kind of forget why and you lose motivation and you get stuck in a rut, and it's just like, okay, well, this is not working. So absolutely, even if you've got photos on your iPhone or whatever it might be, just go back, look through your journey, look through your Facebook timeline. And that sounds stupid, but if you actually go back through your timeline, you can see the kind of stuff you pulled up and what you did and your journey to where you are today. Absolutely, reflection, super powerful. Lucky tip number 7. And number 8 is to be grateful. Grateful. Write down 3 things every morning that you're grateful for. It's all you need to do. Start your day right. I said this in my last video. Have a morning routine. It should definitely be in your morning routine. 3 things you're grateful for. Even if it's for taking a breath, even if it's for having fresh air, even if it's for having a bed, whatever it might be. There's so many different things you can be grateful for right now, and that just gives you the instant perspective that you need to be more motivated, to get your game face on and get you more injected in the day. Number 9 is to create a mini action plan. When I say mini action plan, something that might take you an hour, not the whole day, not the whole afternoon, just an hour, maybe 2 hours. A mini action plan to create that and then achieve that and then do that. Instant motivation, instant gratification. Be like, right, okay, I've just achieved that for the day. I was speaking to one of my friends earlier, and she's actually getting up a bit earlier to have that extra 2 hours in the day to get through all the admin stuff so she can actually plow through her day. And it was almost like that was a mini action plan, because all of a sudden she's making action first thing in the morning, and even just getting to her desk by 9 o'clock, she's like, bang, right, I've got like a full day work now, I can actually crack on and do stuff. And it was almost just like, if you didn't have that action plan in the first place, you would have been lagging behind. You wouldn't have had that brain dump. Your brain would have got clogged up with all this kind of stuff that you need to do, you haven't done. And it's just super important to have that mini action plan, achieve it and move forward. Instant gratification, instant boost in motivation. And that's my tip number 9. And always saving the best till last. Tip number 10 is make virtual appointments with feel-good friends. Damn it, so important. Make virtual appointments with feel-good friends. I've seen some people doing this. It's made a massive effect. This is such a game changer. I think this is the best tip that I have thought has actually worked for me, like on a whole nother scale. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm human, I do feel unmotivated at times, and that's okay, it's not a problem. But making virtual appointments, put them in your diary. Similar thing with self-care. You're making an appointment with self-care. If you weren't in isolation right now, you weren't in lockdown, you would make a time, lunchtime, coffee time, evening time, pub, whatever it might be, with your friends. A lot of I'll meet you at 7 o'clock or I'll meet you at 1 o'clock for lunch. You'd make that appointment anyway, so why not make these virtual appointments now with the feel-good friends you've got? And the feel-good friends, I mean the ones that talk about positive stuff, the ones that give you that sense of positivity, that sense of satisfaction and that sense of motivation. That's my tip number 10. That's my top 10 tips for how to get motivated in isolation. I hope it's helped. Please do reach out to me on Instagram, Ignite Your Mind Coaching. I'll put it down the bottom there. Absolutely happy to help, happy to have conversations with people at the moment that aren't feeling motivated, to get them motivated, or just put their lives in perspective and reach out to their why and gain clarity on that. Super important.